Yeah, as you can tell, I'm bald headed. If you're watching the video version of this, I shaved my head. To be honest with you, I really don't know why. I just got this weird urge that I wanted to do it, so I did it. I'm married now, so I ain't got to impress nobody. but yeah, so we can go ahead and we're gonna hop into it. Actually, we ain't gonna talk about Auburn this week because we just ain't gonna talk about it. We just waiting for basketball season now. That's the only thing we got to look forward to now. So shout out to all my Auburn fans out there. We struggling this year, but it's okay. Hopefully we can get Dion over there at Auburn. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, let's go ahead and hop into it. On that note, we're gonna get serious. We're gonna talk about some actual fitness stuff now. But yeah, what I want to talk to y'all about today is why you should be meal prepping your food to help you hit your fitness goals, and like what's the importance behind it. And the reason I want to talk about this today is because that's actually what I just got done doing. I just got done prepping my food for the week to get me set up, so I ain't got to think about what I'm making for lunch every day this week. So, what is meal prep? You may not know what it is, or you may not be familiar with the term meal prep or meal prepping your food. It is basically making your meals for either lunch or dinner, whatever you're trying to make them for. You could even do breakfast as well. Making them in advance, so like make them a few days before you actually need to eat them. Like kind of what I do is on Sunday or Monday, I'll make my meals for lunch that I'm going to eat at work. I'll make them for the rest of the week. Me personally, I do 5 days at a time just because I want to go ahead and make them for the whole week and knock them out. Some people will do like 3 days at a time. It just kind of depends on what works best for you. There's a lot of different ways you can do your meal prep. Like I said, I do mine all 5 days at once. You can do different meals. You can do the same meal. You can do lunch. You can do dinner. It kind of just depends on what your schedule is and what you need to do to kind of help you be more efficient throughout your schedule during the day. A couple benefits that are the main benefits of meal prepping. So we're gonna kind of go into those one at a time. Number one, starting off, and this is one of my favorite reasons that I do meal prep, and it's that you'll save time. Saving time is huge. You might think you ain't really saving time because you're cooking a bunch of food all at one time, and that takes forever. But once you do it a few times, you realize that one, it don't really take that long to meal prep. Well, I cook the same meal, so it's easy. I just cook it all at once and I get it done. Honestly, I can get it done in about an hour. And I cook 5 meals. Actually, I cook 10 meals worth in about an hour because I cook for my wife as well. It really saves time because if not, you're trying to make those meals each day. And each day you do it, like if you make your meal, like if you're going to make it for that day, you're spending a little bit of time every day. But instead, you could just do it all in one day and knock it out in a short amount of time. It's going to save you plenty of time. And it's also going to save you time on knowing what to eat. You ain't gonna have to you don't have to think about what you're gonna eat that day. You don't have to you're gonna save time in that way too. So you're not only saving time preparing the food, you're also saving time and deciding on what you want to eat. So number two, you're gonna save money. If you can buy like the food in bulk for the whole week, normally you can get it a little bit cheaper. And if you're buying food from the grocery store, it's normally cheaper than if you're going out to fast food and getting some food, or you're going to like a food truck, or you're going to the cafeteria at your work, or wherever you're gonna go. It's gonna be cheaper. If you eat out, it's typically more expensive in most cases. So you're gonna save money. You're going to the grocery store, you're cooking it yourself. You're not paying somebody to cook it for you, or somebody you're not paying a server to bring it out to you. So you're gonna save money over the long term. I mean, no, it's not gonna be cheap to cook 10 or 5 meals at a time, but it's gonna be a lot cheaper over the whole week than buying 5 meals throughout the week. Number three, this one kind of helps more along with your fitness goals is you can manage your portion sizes. You know exactly what you're making and you know exactly what you're eating. So that way you can calculate exactly how many calories are in that meal. You can calculate exactly how much protein's in the meal, how much fat's in the meal, how much carbs are in the meal. Because you're the one that cooked it. You made it, you know exactly how much is in it, you know what ingredients are in it, you know how you cooked it, you know all that. And once you calculate all your macros are carbs, proteins, and fats. Once you or you can also add calories in there. Once you calculate that for one meal, then you got it for all 5 meals or however many meals you're making for that week. So then you don't have to you save time by not having to track them in that scenario too. Because if you're serious about your fitness goals, you need to be tracking your meals. You need to be tracking how much calories you're eating on a daily basis. And if you're trying to gain some muscle, you really need to be tracking how much protein you're consuming too. Number three, control your portion sizes. That's gonna be a big one when it comes to hitting your fitness goals, no matter what that is: losing weight, gaining weight, building muscle, whatever it is. So number four, this kind of goes back to not having to decide on what you want to eat that day. Is you can lower your stress levels. Knowing what you're gonna eat, it's gonna help you. Like, one, you're gonna save time, but two, it's gonna save you on having to decide like what I want to eat today, or what am I feeling, or save you on, I know I shouldn't be eating this meal, but I'm gonna eat it anyways. Like, you shouldn't be eating it because it's unhealthy for you. Like, you want to get some fried chicken or a cheeseburger at work or at fast food. Like, hey, I'm not going to McDonald's, so I'm not really stressing out about eating unhealthy food because I cooked and I prepped good food for me throughout the week. So you may not think of it this way, but you actually do kind of lower your stress levels in a way. You're not overthinking anything. You already know what you're doing. You prepared the food ahead of time. You already got it made. All you gotta do is pop that thing in a microwave and eat it. It's nothing to stress about. Number five, this is one that learning a lot because I never really cooked before. But number five, you'll gain a new skill. Like, you'll learn how to cook. You'll learn how to cook new things because you'll start eating different foods as you meal prep each week, because you don't want to eat the same thing every week. You can get tired of that. I mean, some people can do the same thing, but I like to mix up every week. I make something a little different every week. So you learn how to cook new foods, you try new foods, you learn how to cook like in different ways. Before I moved into my own house, I never cooked. I really didn't. I never needed to. But now that I'm on my own, I live in my own house. I've learned to cook. So I learned how to grill things, cook things on the stove. I learned all kinds of stuff. I really enjoyed that part of it. I still don't really like cooking for real. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not my thing, but when you live on your own, you got to do it. You just got to. You'll learn as you do it over time, and then it kind of comes second nature. Then you don't really have to think about, oh, how do I need to cook this, or oh, I need to look up on the internet how long I should cook this food for. You just learn that by experience. That's been a big one for me. I really learned a lot through the whole meal prepping process. Number six, this has also been a big one for me, is you'll create a better relationship for food. What that means is, like, you'll learn more about nutrition. You'll learn more about what foods are good, what foods are bad, what foods you should be eating at certain times of the day. Like, you'll learn all these things. You'll learn, or what foods go well with each other, how you should make your meals, like with your proteins, your fats, and your carbs, how you should all combine those to make a complete meal. So you learn things like this by cooking your own food, by prepping your own food. And over time, you just become more knowledgeable because you're doing it all yourself. You're not relying on somebody else to cook the food for you and all that kind of stuff. You'll learn more about how different nutrients will provide you energy. You'll learn more about like the vitamins that's in each food and what they do for your body. You learn how to eat only when you're hungry. That's a big one. Most people just like to snack. They just sit around at home and they just be snacking. It'll help you make better decisions when it comes to eating food and what food you're eating. And you don't have to make decisions in a rush. That's a big one. You don't have to like hurry up and think, oh, I need to get this real quick, because you already got it made. You already know what you want to eat. You don't have to rush and then make a bad decision because it's already prepared. And number seven, this is another one that don't really affect you, but it affects others. So, like, number seven, you'll inspire others. So if other people see you eating out of meal prep containers, you're gonna kind of inspire them. They're gonna be like, man, what's that dude doing? He brings his food every day. He got some good looking food in there. It's colorful. When you eating healthy foods, they're normally different colors and stuff. So your meals, they look colorful, they look healthy, they look good. You're gonna inspire others to do better, to eat better, to want to meal prep their food. They're gonna see you doing it every day. Like, hey, this man, he kind of got it going on a little bit. I probably need to try that. I need to do what he's doing. You can inspire others to hopefully start on their fitness journey or start eating healthier, anything like that. So those are the seven like main benefits that I could think of personally that you can get from meal prepping your food. Some kind of excuses of why people say they wouldn't want to meal prep their food is some people say they don't like eating the same thing every day. I totally understand that. I get that. But luckily with meal prepping, you can kind of swap up your meal each day to where you're not necessarily eating the same thing every day. Make say four different types of food and then mix and match those every day to where you only eat like three of them a day. So mix them up. So you have, for example, you got chicken, rice, broccoli, and say green beans. So instead of eating all four of those every day, say one day just do chicken and rice. The next day do chicken and broccoli. The next day do chicken, rice, and broccoli. And then the next day do chicken and green beans. And then chicken, rice, and green beans. Like you don't have to eat the same thing every time. You can kind of mix it up a little bit. That way you kind of tricking yourself to say, hey, I'm not eating the same meal every day, even though you kind of are in a sense, but you just kind of mix and matching it. So that's the easy way for you to like to not have to eat the same thing every day for 5 days. Me personally, this don't bother me. I could eat the same exact meal 5 days in a row, no problem. It don't bother me. But my wife, on the other hand, she don't agree with that. She likes to eat something different. So she'll make me kind of cook two different things and we'll mix and match it. Kind of like we just said, like we'll, instead of eating just chicken all week, we'll make chicken and we'll make beef. So whatever other sides we got to go with it, we'll swap them up. So like one day we'll do chicken with the sides, and then the next day we'll eat the beef with the sides. So that way you can chicken, beef, and you can kind of swap it up. So that's what we do to kind of mix and match it a little bit. That's just the easy way. And then another thing you can do, which you got to be careful with this one because you can really increase the amount of calories in your meal, is you can add different sauces. Like add different sauces or add different seasonings to your meal. Depending on what you're eating, you would have different sauces. So like, say for example, if you're eating chicken, like one day you can have some ranch with it, or the next day you can have ketchup. The next day you can have like honey mustard. You know, there's plenty of sauces out there. It just depends on what you're eating. But you gotta be careful with the sauces because a lot of sauces are very calorie dense. Like some sauces have a lot of calories in them, and you can eat a lot of sauce and not realize how much calories you're eating. I suggest going for like the light sauces, anything that's like light ranch or light mayonnaise, whatever it is, or sugar free. Sugar free is a big one. Like I eat sugar free ketchup. I know you'd be like, ooh, like why would you eat sugar free ketchup? But it reduces a lot of calories. It takes a lot of the sugar out of your diet. So that's what I do. I try to eat healthier. That's the whole reason I meal prep in the first place. I don't want to just add a bunch of sugary sauces on my food because then it defeats the purpose of meal prepping. Like you might as well not even meal prep if you're gonna throw a bunch of sauce on it. That's not very good for you because then you're eating a bunch of sugar and whatever else is in the sauce, but then two, you're making the meal just as much calories as it would be if you had a cheeseburger or if you ate some pizza. A lot of people do this with salad. Like everybody thinks, oh, salad's healthy. I'm gonna eat a salad and I'll be good. Well, guess what? You ate a salad and yeah, it was healthy, but you just poured a whole gallon of freaking ranch dressing on top of it. So then you're not even eating healthy anymore. Like that salad is no longer healthy. Just be cautious of what you're putting on your actual what sauces you're putting on your meals. It's about all I have for meal prepping your food. If you've never done it before, I challenge you, try it out. Just try it one week. All right, I'm gonna tell you how I do it. This is the easy way to do it. Since I do 5 meals a day because I work Monday through Friday. So what I do is I go to the grocery store on Sunday. I go to the store on Sunday. Actually, let me go a step back. Before I even go to the store, I go ahead and decide what meal I'm gonna make, and I write down every single ingredient that I need. So I just use my phone. It's 21st century. I use my phone. I don't write down on pen and paper. I'm not old school. But yeah, write every ingredient that you need down before you go to the grocery store. And then I go to the grocery store and I buy only those ingredients. I don't buy nothing else. I get just that because I'm not, you know how the grocery store is, you end up spending a whole bunch of money in there. Write down what you need, go to the store and get it. And literally, as soon as you get home, just go ahead and make it. Like, get home, put all your groceries up or whatever you extra you bought, and then go ahead and start meal prepping and make it right then. So then Sunday, you knock it out and you're ready for the whole week. You got Monday through Friday, and that's the easiest way that I found to do it myself. You don't have to do it that way if you think, oh, the food's not gonna be good by Friday. But I've been doing it for weeks now, and it is. I promise you, as long as you keep it in the fridge, it's okay. You could even do like 2 or 3 days at a time if you'd rather do that. But I just think you end up spending more time doing that because you're prepping twice a week instead of once a week. But yeah, that's how you can do it. Go on Sunday, get everything you need, prep it all at once, and then you're done for the whole week. It's that easy. You're gonna save so much time, save so much money. You're gonna feel more confident, especially if you know you're working out and stuff. You're gonna feel better about yourself, and you're like, oh, I just ate a healthy lunch. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna go work out after I get off work. I'm gonna knock it out. You're feeling good. Just try it out. If you've never done it, try it out one time. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. It's not for everybody. I understand that, but it works for me, so that's what I do, and those are the reasons that I do it because it helps me stay on track on my goals, and it helps me not want to venture out and eat something else. Because if you spend all the time to meal prep that food and you got it there ready, you're not gonna want to like go buy something else. You're not gonna want to eat something unhealthy because you already got that food right there in front of you. You already got a meal prep. You already got it made. You're not gonna let it go to waste. You spent the money on buying the food and you spent the time cooking it. You're not gonna let it go to waste. You're gonna cook it. I mean, you're gonna eat it because you prepared it. It keeps you true to your goals. It helps you maintain and stay on track with your nutrition goals, your fitness goals, whatever it is. So that's why I do meal prepping, and that's why you should do meal prepping too. You just try it out. Try it one time. If you don't like it, oh well, go back to doing what you're doing. But if you're serious about your goals and you want to get right, then you should do it. But that's it. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I enjoyed it. I'm so glad to be back on the podcast. I haven't been on here in a while. I ain't gonna lie, I've been slacking. I've been using my wedding as an excuse to slack off. But we're gonna get back on here and spread some value to y'all. So thanks for hanging out. Peace, love, protein. We'll see y'all in the next one.